Hey everybody, today we're going to be breaking down the new Fallout 4 trailer, so let's get into it. Okay, right off the bat we see a please stand by screen that's been featured in pretty much all the Fallout games in the trailer, so we're zooming out and we see the Radiation King television, common brand in the Fallout universe. We pan out to a pretty crummy looking room. Looks like a board game right there. Alright, so now we are in the flashbacks. These are a new thing featured in the trailer. We don't know if they're going to be a mechanic in the game yet. It could be for the trailer, but I doubt it. We'll get more into that later. So we move on, and we see a dog. This is going to play a key part in the trailer, this dog. So let's move on. Okay, so we see a Mr. Handy robot. Just a cool little robot carrying some cereal. Alright, so now if you notice right here, the dog licks his lips at the dog bowl. It's kind of weird, almost as if like it was his dog bowl at one time. Kind of strange. You can see the Mr. Handy robot box right there. Cool little Easter egg. Okay, moving on into the room. Another flashback scene. We see a family and a baby. Some people think this is the protagonist, the male, or the baby. We don't know yet. Okay, so the dog hears something, which I don't know what he hears. I played it back and I can't tell. But we'll get more into that later also. Right, so this is our first shot of the outside. I think the graphics look really good in my opinion, very colorful. Let's keep going. My God. Okay, so we have another flashback scene, and if you look up in the sky, you'll see a vertibird, which are returning. You'll see a bunch of people scrambling to get to the vault. Dog running again. People running. If you like that there, you could see a skeleton of one of these guys, and we'll go forward a little bit. And you can see some people in power armor with a minigun guarding the vault, it looks like. And if you look up at that billboard, it says prepare for the future. And if you look, you can see a vault in the mountain, which is kind of cool.
War never changes.
Alright, so now we're at the Vault 111, which is the vault we're from in the game. It looks like this is the inside view of the vault, like you're opening it to leave for the first time. If you look over there in the highlighted area, you can notice it says 111. Okay, so now we get our first view of our character in first person. We can see the Pip-Boy, a new design. Okay, so now right here, this is very important. If you notice the highlighted areas, just pay attention to those, because they're going to come up in the future. Alright, so if you notice, this building is going to play a key part in the trailer. With this building, you can basically piece together all the other shots and get a sense of the map. And this location is in Boston, Massachusetts, where the game takes place. This is Bunker Hill Monument. So that's cool. Alright, so right here, this is the USS Constitution, a real ship, and it looks like it has like jets put on it. Maybe this will fly? It looks like it can, because how else would it get up there, you know? There's not like cranes or anything around. And you can see on the front there is also another jet, like almost as if it will lift the whole ship up in the front. So, that's cool. Alright, so right here, this is Scalaway Square. And this shot is really interesting. If you notice, you can see rain and lightning for the first time weather in a Fallout game. And also this guy, if you look really closely, you can see that he has like a hook or a robot arm on his right hand side. Okay, I'm back. Just had some Taco Bell. Okay, so moving on. If you notice this highlighted area, this was in a previous shot, this power line tower. And you notice these the wires coming off of it. Those are identical to the first shot, so that's how I know where this is. And you can see just some farmers in the background and a Brahmin carrying some packs. Those were in previous Fallout games as traders. So maybe trading will return? Traveling traders? Okay, so let's move on. Okay, in this shot you can see some people thought these were people in power armor, but if you look closely, these are actually super mutants. And if you look up in the highlighted area, you can see some like cages and some spikes with a corpse in it. So this is definitely going to be a super mutant camp or something. They look pretty intimidating in this game, which is awesome. Okay, so right here we can also see, if you look really closely in the background, you can see Bunker Hill Monument, the little obelisk. And also in front we have a Protectron returning. So, and also if you look up there, you can see a few buildings. We don't really know what they are yet, just speculation right now, so I'm not going to go into them really deeply. Okay, right here we see what might be a new creature. Some people are calling it a Mirelurk, but it looks really different. And also in the background, some people thought that's a boat, but it's actually a submarine. So who knows how a submarine got there? This could be next to an ocean or something. Okay, right here we see our dog coming under a highway overpass. It just shows you the expansionness of this game and how many environments there are. Really cool. Okay, so right here we see a Deathclaw returning, confirmed. And notice how it's really smoggy in the background, and it looks really radioactive still, and we see a puddle there full of radioactiveness, and just shows that there's probably going to be very deadly places that you need to take a lot of medicine to go into and stuff. Okay, so right here we can see another vertibird, but notice the background. It looks like an air traffic control tower. Like this is almost an airport, you know, with those radio dishes. I don't know yet, but that's what I think it is, which is really cool if we have another airport returning. Okay, right here we see our first look at some ghouls. Looks like they're attacking you in first person. Notice just their movements. The animations look really great and improved since the previous Fallout games, and also the physics, like how they move the boxes in the shopping carts, really good. We also see 8 ghouls in this picture, so just shows you the number of enemies that you'll have to deal with at once, which is really cool. Adds a certain like scariness to the game in these dark locations. Okay, so this is Fenway Park, which is like a ballpark, and this looks like the entrance to the park. So it's probably gonna be a little hub city thing. There's a guy out there with a heavy machine gun, but you can see a little statue of the baseball player confirming that this is a baseball park. Okay, so we're in the park now, and we see an Eyebot, and we also see a Swatters, which is, I think, will be a melee weapon store. And you can see over there, it says Diamond City Surplus. I think that might be maybe an explosive store or something, or a gun store. And if you notice back in the highlighted area, you can see that building again. So shows that this will be like kind of to maybe the southeast or something of the map. And we see a little store called Power Noodles. We see Chemicare, which might be where you can get your radiation cleansed and healed up. Okay, so moving on. Right here we see a a blimp. Like, a blimp. Can you believe it? I wonder if you can... You know, if they're in the game, I'm pretty sure you can go on them at some point. Maybe even control them or have them as a base of operations. How awesome would that be? We also see Rain returning again in this, confirming that it'll probably be in the game. This location is the Old North Church, people are saying. You can tell by the Paul Revere statue right there. Pretty dead giveaway. So let's move on. And we see someone with power armor. Really cool looking power armor. In a vertibird. And if you fast forward a little bit, you can see a GNN billboard. And people are saying that this is going to be a new radio. So the radio on the Pip-Boy might be confirmed, which was pretty obvious, you know. It's a main part in the Fallout games, which is just cool. I hope they have a lot more songs and tracks, different radio stations. So let's move on. Just look at the shot and it gives you an idea of how big the environments will be in this game, and the city's like so much to explore. Right here is another shot of that, like just looks massive and expansive. And we also see this gold building is the Massachusetts State House building. So, okay, so moving on, we can see a glimpse of Vault 111 after the war, and the dog is returning to it, which is really strange. Like, does this dog have some connection to the players that were, the player or the people that were in that house? Like, it like heard the noise and then it came to the vault, which is really strange. Like, maybe it heard the vault coming up for the first time, and this is how you meet the dog. Moving on, we can see the vault before the war. Person in power armor, holding a minigun. It looks like that guy is holding a laser rifle. Okay, so moving on, and we can see a nuke go off, which is really cool. All this animations and things pre-war makes me think that you can do something in it, like maybe control it or play around in it. I don't know. Flashbacks maybe. Okay, so moving on, and the screen goes to black, but if you notice, the woman is holding the baby there, and you can see the man also right there. So did they make it in the vault? Did they not? I don't know. I think they did personally, and you might play as the baby or him frozen in time cryogenically, and they wake up. Okay, so now pans to black, and when we come up and see the dog again walking around, he walks into this garage with his power armor. And there's a lot to note in this picture, so let's break it down. Okay, so you see the power armor being built, and it looks like it's cobbled together with many pieces, and you see like the little lift that it's on. Makes you think that this isn't just some random thing you find. There's a lot of detail here. You also see a bobblehead, a Pip-Boy bobblehead right there. So those are probably coming back as collectibles. You see a weapon board with a bunch of weapon pieces on it. Looks like a laser rifle. So people are thinking that weapon customization is coming in, but it never was really not in the game. It's just visualized now, which is really cool. You can see some ammo boxes. You can also see a minigun covered by a blanket under those dressers, and over to the right you can see a magazine rack with magazines, and people who are returning know that magazines are, you can level up your character with them if you find them around the world, so that's cool. So yeah, there's a lot to know in this picture. Personally, I think this might be a little base of operations you could have. Okay, so moving on, and if you look closely, you can see a hunting rifle with a suppressor on that red chair. The dog sees the player. We see the player also for the first time in this jumpsuit. You can see the reimagined Pip-Boy. The design has changed a little bit.
Let's go, pal.
you can also see he has a very heavily customized gun, which also hints at gun customization. You can see in the background looks like a giant plane crash right there, and you can also see the city. So this is pretty much very southeast of the city also. And moving on in. Also, in this scene, the character talks, and people are getting real mad about that and saying that they don't want a talking character. I don't really mind it, but it might also just be for this trailer. I would actually prefer not to have a talking character, but I'm fine with it. Just adds more detail and realism to the game. And there, Fallout 4. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this breakdown. I'm also gonna show you like a little map I made. It might not be completely accurate, but I think it is. Just shows you where everything is relative to the trailer. So I'll put that in at the end, and you can see Xbox One, PS4, and PC. So all current gen consoles. So that is really good. I don't think they could handle this game on previous gen consoles anyways. Just doesn't seem possible. But there we go. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you guys later.